Good morning and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to do a what I eat in a day with gestational diabetes. So I am going to start at 6 o'clock. My kids usually get up later, but the past week they've been getting up at like before 6, so it's been not great. Luckily this pregnancy I haven't been sleeping a ton anyway, so my husband would get up. That's not an issue, but if I'm awake, why would I have him get up? So I normally don't check my blood sugar first thing in the morning, and that is only because I have checked it for weeks and weeks and it's been never high. It's your fasting number, but I'm gonna check it this morning just so you guys can see. For some reason my fingers have really been bleeding, so I always get a tissue. So I just have the freestyle. I put a little test strip. I just went to the bathroom, so my hands are clean. Just prick. Till it beats. 75. So you want that number below 90. You don't want multiple readings over 90. It just means that your body's struggling overnight with regulating their insulin. Like I said, I've never had a problem. First thing in the morning, I've always been between like 70 and 80. So I don't normally check it anymore in the morning because I kind of know. But what I usually eat in the morning, first thing is I'll have a protein shake. I'll show it to you guys. And then I don't check my sugar after because it doesn't have very many carbs. And then closer to 9 o'clock, I'll have an actual breakfast. But let me show you the shake. So yes, I could make shakes. I have a magic bullet, but honestly, it's a lot of effort. So what I do is I just grab one of these. You can get them at Sam's Club. They're a lot cheaper there than Walmart. But it's obviously you can control what you put in it better if you make your own, but you want to go off of total carbs, not sugar. Because on the front it says 1 gram of sugar. You can't say I'm only getting a gram, you have to go for carbs, so it's 5 grams, which the dietitian, we talked about like 30 grams in a meal and 15 to 30 for a snack. I'd have to look it up. I'll verify what she told me because I've been doing this since I had the test done at like 24 weeks. And I also did this with my twins. So I'm kind of well versed in what I can eat and what I can't eat. So in the beginning, I was keeping track of the carbs, and now I just know, oh, if I have tacos for Taco Tuesday and I eat this many, my blood sugar will be fine. Oh, if I eat this for breakfast, my blood sugar will be fine. So this is 5 grams. So I don't recheck after this because it's not really anything that's enough to bother me. So I drink this first thing with the kids when they get up, just to kind of, because I'm hungry when I first get up. I take my vitamins with it, and then in a few hours I'll eat breakfast and then check my blood sugar again. So this is what I'm starting with, and I will see you at breakfast. So it's now 6:45. I am going to have, I have my water cup right here. I'm going to fill it. It has ice in it, and I'll show you what I'm going to have. I do drink normal water throughout the day, just regular water, but these are little drops from Young Living. You can get drops like this anywhere. This has no actual sugar. It uses stevia, has a little bit of caffeine. I don't drink coffee. So this is like my source of caffeine. Again, I don't drink coffee. I don't drink a lot of caffeine, but I do like this flavored water. What I'm really a fan of is Liquid IV right here. The problem right now is each one has 11 grams of carbs, so you kind of have to count that as your snack. So these drops have none. So I'm gonna try to drink this and keep up with my water intake. and that's what I'm doing now. Okay, so now it is 8:30. I'm dressed. I haven't washed my face or anything, but I'm gonna make breakfast. I usually do oatmeal, and I have estimated this before. So oatmeal, walnuts, and a teaspoon of brown sugar and a splash of milk is about 40 grams of carbs. It's a little over for breakfast. They recommend keeping breakfast at 30, but I eat this every morning and my blood sugar has been fine. But I will check my blood sugar in 1 hour and let you know what it is. So this is just steel cut instant oats from Quaker. I do that. Teaspoon of brown sugar, and then I put walnuts on top, which are good for your blood sugar. And so that is what I'm eating now. This isn't all for me. I make one for my husband, one for myself, and one for my kids to split. So it's just microwaved. I actually do a little extra oats, a little less water, so it's thicker like this. It'll each get milk, a splash of milk. Mine will get a little less brown sugar than the rest, and then walnuts. So that is my breakfast. So I also finished that drink I made this morning. Okay. Again, just a little caffeine, not a ton. And now I have filled this with just regular water. I'm really not good at drinking water, so I'm going to try to have this done by lunch. We'll see how it goes. So it's now 10 o'clock. We're outside. I'm going to check my blood sugar because it's been an hour after I ate that oatmeal. I think it should be fine, but I'll do it for you guys just so you can see me checking it and then determining what my snack will be based on that blood sugar. My phone is propped up on one of my kids' doll strollers, so we'll see how this goes. And I need to make sure they don't go on the road, so kind of a distraction, but this is how my life always is. It's loud too because they're pushing little tight cars. So again, put the strip in. You can put new slits in this every time. I don't, that's just me, but so 135, so that's actually a little bit high. Usually oatmeal puts me at like 120. You want it to be under 140, so that's a little high. It's still under the 140, so it's not something to worry about. It just means that I won't have a snack right now. So I usually have a snack between 10 and 11. I will probably wait till closer to 11 just because I want that to come down. So basically at this point, my options are to check it again at 10:30, 11, see where it is and have a snack, or assume that it's going to come down. So I'm outside, so you can walk, and that will help your blood sugar come down too. Like I said, it's under the 140, so it's not, you know, I don't need insulin. There's nothing like to be worried about. Just basically be aware of it, that if you do have a snack when you're at 135, it might be a little high. But oatmeal does not make it spike after the first hour, so I'm not necessarily worried about that. I'm just gonna walk a little bit and I will check it again before I have my snack. All right, so it is 10:30. I'm just gonna check again so that I can have my snack. A little bit hungry. Again, on a normal basis, I don't necessarily check this often. I just kind of wanted to show you guys what you're supposed to do to keep an eye on it. I tend to keep a better eye on it now. In the beginning, when I first got diagnosed, you know, I had this with my twins. Same thing happened. I kept a log for like 2 weeks of my food. My blood sugars were never high, so like over the 140 threshold. So the dietitian recommended kind of that I didn't have to keep such a close eye on it, and that I could check after a meal that's kind of weird for me or something I don't normally eat. So that's kind of what I've been doing.
So it's only been a half hour since I got that 135 and I'm 94. So it came right back down. Again, it wasn't over 140, nothing to be concerned about. Normally, I wouldn't check it again before a snack because I know it's going to come down. And again, I've never had any issues. The only reason I've been checking it more is because I am on prednisone for my ulcerative colitis. And oh, thank you. I'm on. Okay, in a minute, go back over to the sandbox. The only reason I've been checking more is I'm on prednisone for my ulcerative colitis. My OB told me that that can affect your blood sugar reading, so I'm just kind of making sure. So 94, I'm gonna have a snack. I usually have something like yogurt. I really like Chobani's low sugar Madagascar vanilla with cinnamon yogurt. I think that has 9 grams of carbs. I might, I'd have that. I'm outside. I also really like these Think high protein bars. I ate these a lot in my last pregnancy. Again, anything processed is probably not the best for you, but nobody's perfect. And honestly, nobody's perfect. And I gave up Coca-Cola, which I wasn't drinking a ton of, but I just liked it like with pizza and whatever as a special treat. And my husband drinks it and I still like steal sips of it. He'll keep like half one in the fridge and I'm still like opening the fridge and taking a sip or two. So nobody's perfect, but these are relatively decent for you. But again, so it's 20 grams of protein, which really keeps you full, gluten-free, GMO-free. It has a low GI glycemic index, no artificial sweeteners. What you have to be careful of is it says on the front 0 grams sugar. But again, as a gestational diabetic, you're looking at the total carbs, not just the sugar. So the total carbs in this is 22 grams, which is kind of high. But snacks should be around 30, and I was 94 with my sugar, or with my blood sugar was 94, so I'm not really concerned about having 22 grams of carbs. If my blood sugar was a little higher, like maybe it had only come down to like 115, I'd probably just have a yogurt because it's half the carbs. But I'm not really that concerned. These never throw me over. I will not check my blood sugar after I eat this because it's 94 now, and I've been doing this for a while. Second pregnancy, I've been doing it as well. And I know kind of what to expect. So I won't now test my blood sugar until after an hour after my lunch. And I will show you my lunch. The reason I do that usually is because my lunch is usually relatively low carb. And then when my kids go down for a nap, I like to have a snack, whether it's, I like baked Lay's chips. I like to have like something more indulgent at that point, like more carby. So I will check my blood sugar an hour after just to see kind of what my options are. Do I need to have like cashews that are less carbs? Can I have the chips? Sometimes my husband and I will sneak like a small bowl of ice cream just because I don't like to give the kids ice cream right before bed. So we'll like kind of, if we don't want them to have it, we'll sneak it then. But it's all based on my blood sugar. So I will be back at lunch, let you know what I'm having for lunch, and I'm gonna eat my snack. So for lunch, I'm going to have one of these. They are microwavable. They're pretty good. This says there's 2 servings per container. I'm eating the whole thing, and it only has 10 grams of carbs for the whole thing. I also have made macaroni and cheese for my husband and my kids, and I fully intend to have a small bowl of that. I won't count the carbs in that because it's not going to be that high. You want like up to 50 for lunch, and it's nowhere close. That whole box is 10. The macaroni, I'm not going to have that much. I will check my blood sugar in an hour. I know it will be fine. And then I will have a snack. That's usually where I do a little bit more carb loading while like I said, because I'll do chips or something like a little bit indulgent, because you can't deprive yourself, because then you'll just find yourself eating like crazy. So I'll eat the lighter lunch and then a snack in an hour, mainly because my kids will be asleep and I can actually sit and enjoy it. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm going to cook my lunch. Okay, so the babies are sleeping. It's almost 2. I'm going to check my blood sugar, and then I'm probably going to have some chips. The baked chips I was talking about, baked Lay's, and then maybe some yogurt.
This is the time of day I usually get pretty hungry, so I usually snack like crazy. Let's see. $88. So I can pretty much eat whatever I want. I will have some chips. Like I said, I may have some of that yogurt I was talking about, the Chobani. It's actually low sugar, Madagascar, vanilla, and cinnamon, but I will probably have chips now. My kids get up around 3:15, so I'll have a yogurt around then, and I will check back in. So I wanted to show you guys these yogurts. So this is the yogurt that I really like. It's 9 grams of sugar, but it's 11 grams of carbs, but it's less than normal. Madagascar, vanilla, and cinnamon. I am obsessed with it. I don't put anything in it, and usually for me to tolerate yogurt, I have to put something in it like almonds. I love it. It's so good. And I also refilled my water bottle, so hopefully I can drink more because I'm not great at drinking water, and it's really, really important when you're pregnant. So I'm going to finish up that snack, and then I probably won't eat again until dinner. And it's Taco Tuesday. So yeah. So I'll eat again at dinner. I'll show you that. Then I'll check my blood sugar. And I usually have a snack before bed. Okay, so I'm making tacos because it's Tuesday. Like I said, I don't check my blood sugar before this. It's probably fine. I'll check it after before I have a nighttime snack. So I just ground the beef. I actually fry the corn tortillas in oil. Not the healthiest, but they're delightful. And usually, let me peek at my log from before so I can tell you how many carbs. So between the taco seasoning, if you have 3 tacos and cheese, it's about 40 grams of carbs. So not bad. My blood sugar is usually never high after tacos, but I will check it an hour later. So that's what I'm doing. I can usually eat 3, and that will be my lunch with either water or flavored water. My dinner, hold on a second. That will be my dinner with either water or flavored water, and then I will check my blood sugar after for my snack. So we just ate an hour ago tacos. I'm just gonna test my blood sugar again, see what it is, and I'll plan my nighttime snack accordingly. Usually I just have one of those shakes anyway, so it really doesn't matter what this is, but we'll check just to see. I did have an extra tortilla, so never mind. Doesn't matter. 95, so I can have whatever snack I want. I'll probably end up just having a shake. That's what I usually do. Sometimes I'll have cereal with a little milk, but usually I end up having a second protein shake like I had for breakfast. So we'll see what I'm feeling like 7:15 after the kids go to bed and I take a shower and all that. And I will let you know what I choose for a snack tonight. So I just got out of the shower. It's 9:15 and I told you my blood sugar was pretty low, but I'm not really gonna have anything because I'm not really hungry, but I know that I'll be hungry and wake up in the middle of the night wanting to eat. So I'm just having exactly what I had this morning, which again, this is only 5 grams of carbs. So it won't do anything to my blood sugar, but it will keep me full with lots of protein and hopefully help me not wake up in the middle of the night hungry. So that is basically my entire day. Nothing really changes day to day. On Wednesdays, my kids go to my mother-in-law's and my husband and I will usually like grab takeout somewhere. But in general, that's kind of what I eat throughout the day. I probably don't eat enough for being pregnant, but it's a work in progress and I do try to snack throughout the day. So I am happy to have had you along for the ride. And if anyone has any questions about what I eat, gestational diabetes, any of that, let me know. Make sure you subscribe so you can get my pregnancy updates, and I will see you in the next video.